Section 9 of the Mabinogion, Volume 1, translated by Lady Charlotte Guest. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Martin Geeson. Section 9. Arthur was in Caerlleon upon Usk, and he went to hunt, and Peredur went with him. And Peredur let loose his dog upon a hart, and the dog killed the hart in a desert place. And a short space from him he saw signs of a dwelling, and towards the dwelling he went, and he beheld a hall, and at the door of the hall he found bald swarthy youths playing at chess. And when he entered, he beheld 3 maidens sitting on a bench, and they were all clothed alike, as became persons of high rank. And he came and sat by them upon the bench, and one of the maidens looked steadfastly upon Peredur, and wept. And Peredur asked her wherefore she was weeping. "Through grief that I should see so fair a youth as thou art slain." "Who will slay me?" enquired Peredur. "If thou art so daring as to remain here to night, I will tell thee." "How great soever my danger may be from remaining here, I will listen unto thee." "This palace is owned by him who is my father," said the maiden, "and he slays every one who comes hither without his leave." "What sort of a man is thy father, that he is able to slay every one thus?" "A man who does violence and wrong unto his neighbours, and who renders justice unto none." And hereupon he saw the youths arise, and clear the chessmen from the board. And he heard a great tumult. And after the tumult there came in a huge black one-eyed man, and the maidens arose to meet him. And they disarrayed him, and he went and sat down. And after he had rested and pondered a while, he looked at Peredur, and asked who the knight was. "Lord," said one of the maidens, "he is the fairest and gentlest youth that ever thou didst see; and for the sake of Heaven, and of thine own dignity, have patience with him." "For thy sake I will have patience, and I will grant him his life this night." Then Peredur came towards them to the fire, and partook of food and liquor, and entered into discourse with the ladies. And being elated with the liquor, he said to the black man, "It is a marvel to me, so mighty as thou sayest thou art, who could have put out thine eye?" "It is one of my habits," said the black man, "that whosoever puts to me the question which thou hast asked, shall not escape with his life, either as a free gift, or for a price." "Lord," said the maiden, "whatsoever he may say to you in jest, and through the excitement of liquor, make good that which thou saidest, and didst promise me just now." "I will do so gladly, for thy sake," said he. "Willingly will I grant him his life this night." And that night thus they remained. And the next day the black man got up, and put on his armour, and said to Peredur, "Arise, man, and suffer death." And Peredur said unto him, "Do one of 2 things, black man. If thou wilt fight with me, either throw off thy own armour, or give arms to me, that I may encounter thee. Ha, man, said he, couldst thou fight if thou hadst arms? Take then what arms thou dost choose. And thereupon the maiden came to Peredur with such arms as pleased him. And he fought with the black man, and forced him to crave his mercy. Black man, thou shalt have mercy, provided thou tell me who thou art, and who put out thine eye. Lord, I will tell thee. I lost it in fighting with the black serpent of the Carn. There is a mound, which is called the Mound of Mourning, and on the mound there is an urn, and in the urn there is a serpent, and on the tail of the serpent there is a stone, and the virtues of the stone are such, that whosoever should hold it in one hand, in the other he will have as much gold as he may desire. And in fighting with this serpent was it that I lost my eye, and the Black Oppressor am I called. And for this reason am I called the Black Oppressor, that there is not a single man around me whom I have not oppressed, and justice have I done unto none. Tell me, said Peredur, how far is it hence? The same day that thou settest forth, thou wilt come to the palace of the sons of the King of the Tortures. Wherefore are they called thus? The Addanc of the lake slays them once every day. When thou goest thence, thou wilt come to the court of the Countess of the Achievements. What achievements are there? asked Peredur. 300 men there are in her household, and unto every stranger that comes to the court, the achievements of her household are related. And this is the manner of it. The 300 men of the household sit next unto the lady, and that not through disrespect unto the guests, but that they may relate the achievements of the household. And the day that thou goest thence, thou wilt reach the Mound of Mourning, and round about the mound there are the owners of 300 tents, guarding the serpent. Since thou hast indeed been an oppressor so long, said Peredur, I will cause that thou continue so no longer. So he slew him. Then the maiden spoke, and began to converse with him. If thou wast poor when thou camest here, henceforth thou wilt be rich through the treasure of the black man whom thou hast slain. Thou seest the many lovely maidens that there are in this court. Thou shalt have her whom thou best likest, for the lady of thy love. Lady, I came not hither from my country to woo, but match yourselves as it liketh you with the comely youths I see here, and none of your goods do I desire, for I need them not. Then Peredur rode forward, and he came to the palace of the sons of the King of the Tortures. And when he entered the palace, he saw none but women. And they rose up, and were joyful at his coming. And as they began to discourse with him, he beheld a charger arrive, with a saddle upon it, and a corpse in the saddle. And one of the women arose, and took the corpse from the saddle, and anointed it in a vessel of warm water, which was below the door, and placed precious balsam upon it. And the man rose up alive, and came to the place where Peredur was, and greeted him, and was joyful to see him.